Hello and welcome to today's Magical Mermaid Pick a Card reading. We have 3 beautiful decks here to choose from to pick your pile. So take a moment, tune in to your heart, maybe even place your hand over your heart. Take a deep breath in, breathe it out, and listen to your intuition. We have pile 1 that has the powerful cougar and the delicious little amethyst. We have this multi-dimensional rose card with the cute little rose quartz. Or we have pile 3, which has the spirals and the blue, I believe that is apatite. Correct me if I'm wrong. So take your pick. Think about it. What is your intention for today? What do you need to know in this moment? And I will see you for your reading. Welcome. If you picked pile 1, this is your reading with the cougar animal card and this gorgeous little purple amethyst. So let's get right into it. First, we have wolf, guardian. You are safe and protected at all times. We have peace of mind from the fairies. Wow, another card from a different deck, also saying peace. From the Mermaid Empowerment Oracle deck, we have approval. We have I'm caught up in a karmic relationship. We have Ma'at, fairness, as your goddess guidance, oracle card. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. We have you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. We also have the Holy Grail. Stop the endless searching, inner quest. And we have the 5 of Cups. So already what I'm seeing is there's a lot of looking outside of yourself. I'm feeling a lot of restlessness in this pile. I'm feeling like you need to rebalance. Like immediately I'm getting pile 1 feels very dysregulated. I mean, already look at the Holy Grail. It says, stop the endless searching, inner quest. And we've got this beautiful hawk here. And we also have like, she's like blossoming. There's so much like inner beauty that's happening. But it's like you've kind of like lost your way. That's what I'm feeling, pile 1. You've lost your way, which is totally fine. We're going to figure out what do you need to do to get your mojo back, you know? And like this 5 of Cups is really standing out for me. It's like you're focusing on what's not working. Maybe you're trying to please everybody right now, which never, ever works for anybody. And this mermaid empowerment, I approve of myself completely, along with you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. So I think you're feeling, maybe you even have like a vulnerability hangover. It's kind of like, you know that you're supposed to start stepping into being seen more. And that's why wolf is coming through to say like, you're safe and protected in whatever aspect that you're being asked to be seen in the world. You can have peace about it. Like, I think that there's a lot of fears and the fears are unwarranted. Maybe there's fears that people aren't going to accept you. And we didn't even talk about the karmic relationship thing just yet. We'll get to that. But I think it's just about, can I be myself? Can I be all of me? My weirdness, my strangeness, my goofiness, my flaws, my imperfections. Can I be all of that and still be seen without losing myself or giving in to this like people-pleasing mentality? And as we're moving into the nodes changing over the summer into Leo and Aquarius, there's going to be this like really common theme of like, look at me, don't look at me. Look at me, don't look at me. You stopped looking at me, please look at me. Why are you not looking at me? And it can feel exhausting. And that's why this like fairness, this balance of Ma'at is saying like, you've got to balance it out, you know, the seeing, the being seen, and the taking care of yourself and coming back home to yourself. So this karmic relationship thing, I feel like maybe there are people in your life. It could be a romantic connection. It could even be like friendships. Even sometimes it's like siblings or parents or coworkers, but there's some kind of like triggering that's happening where there are certain key players in your life where you're caught up in their approval of you. And then you get disappointed because your peace of mind is dependent on if somebody else is approving of you or not. And that's tiring. And the thing is that people are constantly changing. So if we're looking outside of us, when it says that Holy Grail card is saying it's within us, everything you're looking for is within you. So let's pull some more cards. Interesting. So we have protection. You and your loved ones and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. I love this card so much because it's a reminder that in whatever way, shape, or form you're being asked to be seen, it's safe to be seen. It's safe to shine your light. It's safe to be your weird little magical self. There is nothing and no one that can harm you as you're stepping into your purpose. From the romance angels, we have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So this could be all sorts of things. If you're already in a relationship, then, you know, maybe it's like looking at it in a new way. Like, where are you kind of looking at your current partner in their old story, in your old story? How can you look at them as if they're a brand new person and you're just beginning to get to know them? Where can you start to see your current partner with a beginner's mind, with like this fresh canvas, this fresh slate? And if you are currently single, or maybe you've just met someone, or you've just started talking to someone, it sounds like this person is actually very influential, not only in your life right now, but in this chapter of being seen. So let's dive into it with a few more cards. I want to pull some additional tarot. Let's see what's going on here. And I know some people call it tarot, but I don't like that. I like tarot. We'll say it with the accent. Okay, so we have death and rebirth. We have the Hanged Man. We have the King of Swords. So it could be that that new love interest is either someone that is very well-spoken, maybe very intelligent. The owls here represent wisdom. Crow or raven represents magic. And what I'm feeling is that this particular king, and maybe it's also you stepping into your king energy of being like more of this leader, but the death and the hangman, it means that this is like a really powerful, like potent moment in your life right now. There's a lot of change. The death card basically just means change. A lot of people feel scared of it, but all these cards are saying like you're safe, you're protected, you've got all these guardians. I would definitely call in Wolf Spirit to guide you over the next week and ask that whatever changes or transformations are happening, you can ask for it to be easy. You can ask for it to be, you know, like enjoyable even. I think sometimes we get caught in this idea that our initiations and our growth and evolution have to be so dramatic and so intense. But like the hangman is saying that it's just about seeing things from a new perspective. Like, where are you seeing things as a disappointment because you're not for everyone? Instead of seeing yourself as this expert that is going to appeal to a certain group of people, your tribe. And if you're not being authentic, how are you going to find them? And so this King of Swords is asking, like, is there a King of Swords outside of you that you're seeking approval from? Or do you need to become your own King of Swords and like really step into your own expert status? Okay. From the Mermaid Empowerment, we have the flow. Everything I need flows easily to me. Surrender. That's so similar to the hangman. Surrender is I'm available for the best possible outcome. And self-mastery. I am the master of my mindset. Let me adjust these here. Okay. So you're going through this big death, this big transformation, letting go of these old people pleasing tendencies, letting go of this fear that if I'm seen, I'm not safe. That's where the self mastery is. The self mastery is I'm the master of my mindset. So every time you have a fear thought, every time you have a thought of like, oh my gosh, what did they think of me? All the days in the world that you're worried about what they think, what they are doing, what they feel, what they want with you, like all of that, it's just like take a big breath in and just let that shit go. Like it does not matter. It's not your business what other people think of you. It's just not. And it's nobody's business what you think of other people either. And this flow card is saying everything I need flows easily to me. So when you stop trying to people please and, get others to approve of you and feel disappointed when they're not looking at you and they're not paying attention or they haven't given their stamp of approval, then you start to really become that weird, magical you. And that's when the flow comes. I watched this message the other day where somebody was talking about Leo energy. And for those of you that have Leo placements, this will definitely resonate. And for many of us, as we go into Jupiter in Leo and the nodes changing into the signs of Aquarius and Leo, it's going to help you because for Leo energy, it's like the more you're seen in your gifts and your talents and abilities, the more abundant you are. The more you're going to flow, your life is going to flow, things are going to come to you easily. So if you're hiding out, you're not only missing out on sharing your light, which the world so desperately needs, but it's also not doing you any favors for your bank account. So it's like rather than worrying about what everybody else is doing, with the nodes going into Aquarius and Pluto in Aquarius, it's like the more different and unique you are, the better you're going to thrive. So with Surrender and the Hangman, I think this is just about being available for the best possible outcome, seeing things from a different perspective. Let's pull one more card from the, interesting. So the Surrender and the Hangman is about this card, All That Glitters. Look at the mass on that card. I want to pull another card for this karmic relationship thing because I feel like this is about like putting people on a pedestal, or maybe people are putting you on a pedestal. This could be about that King of Swords person. Interesting. I'm in love with you and I need to tell you the truth. So in connection to that All That Glitters card, I think it's just like the mask here, it doesn't necessarily mean that somebody's being deceptive, but you've heard that saying, all that glitters isn't gold. And so this could mean all sorts of things. It could mean that you want to tell the truth about what you love and what lights you up. It could be that you're chasing after this mirage of love, which is actually like this like karmic entanglement that's based on like validation. And this is a general reading, so just take what applies. It's going to be different for all of us and how we're experiencing this energy. But I think it's just about letting go of the illusions. If you want real love, if you want truth, you've got to be true to yourself. You've got to love yourself. That's what it is. This All That Glitters card is more about where are we not being true to ourselves? Where do we have that mask on? So let's pull another Mermaid magical card. Let's lift the spirits up. We have Simplify Your Life. Eliminate clutter from your home and work life to balance the flow of activities. So I feel like you're in a transition right now, pile one, where there's this transformation of the old, you're stepping into a new chapter, but you're kind of like in this weird like liminal space. And so focus on what you can control. Like go through your closets, your car, your computer, your phone, and just like release the old energy to create the space for new energy. We had pulled that card, New Love. It's like, how can you have new love? Like somebody that really honors you and brings the same level of love and honoring and reverence to you that you do to the world and to the person of your interest. And then someone that will be truthful to you if if you're holding on to the old energy, like you've got to release it. Let's pull one more card from the Starseed deck. We have activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. So I think right now that a lot of this release is also going to be helpful by just going outside. If you're being called to certain places on the planet, physically, or maybe even in the astral plane in meditation, you can even go to certain places in your meditations or dream time, or ask to be sent in your dreams to like these sacred spaces or these activated spots on earth, or to be guided by your spirit team on where on the planet you're supposed to go to connect. Oftentimes we get wisdom from the earth that's deeper than we realize. And so I think in order to ground yourself and get out of this like restlessness of the mind, go outside. Even everywhere is activated earth. So maybe it's just about like touching a tree or doing some type of ritual where you're honoring the past and honoring like when you didn't approve of yourself, you attracted these people that were not authentic. And then we have happy as your final card. So you're moving into a space where the old karmic relationships and this disillusionment of just the cheapness, you know, like it's going away. Like as you're letting go of the need for everyone to approve of you, you're going to start approving of yourself. You're going to shine in your most radiant light. You're going to be that happy, amazing self. And it's going to improve your current relationships or draw in that new love. The King of Swords is a good archetype. Like it's somebody that not only wants you for your body or your attractiveness, but also for your mind, like a meeting of the minds. And so don't settle for less. That's what I'm telling you, pile one. Don't settle. And if something is telling you all that glitters isn't gold, listen to it. So I love you so much. And if you want to dive deeper in a personal reading, you can find that link in the description below or at meganmermaid.com. Thank you so much. Have a great day. If you picked pile 2 and this rose card and the beautiful little rose quartz sphere that just happened to just roll away, this is your pile, pile 2. We have After the Rain. It says, silver lining, relief, hope, mercy, it's over, acceptance. What a beautiful card. We have let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. We have the Queen of Wands. We have worthiness. Know that you deserve to receive good in all ways. We have Horse, freedom. You always have a choice. We have loosen your grip, which is interesting because I pulled this in today's daily reading too. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. Ooh, we have sexuality, and we're just gonna cover this little fairy just in case. And then we have codes of the seeds. The blueprint is within you. Take the next step. So it sounds like you are moving out of a difficult time, pile 2, that there is some kind of magical transformation coming through. Definitely some sacral chakra healing. There's a lot of like womb stuff that's happening. Like, see how there's like this kind of like letting go and falling away, and then codes of the seeds, the blueprint. It's almost like this rebirth. Like that's what I'm feeling, rebirth. And then like we have this card After the Rain, which is really important because I feel like that's saying like the end of a difficult time is on you. That sounds weird. The end of a difficult time is upon you. And Queen of Wands, like that's really, really powerful energy. It's like you are in your prime, you know your worth, you're seeing yourself, but because it's next to worthiness, it feels like it's like you're not quite there. Like that's where you're headed. And with the horse card and freedom, that's where you're going. And I think you've been healing a lot of sacral chakra stuff. Maybe even you're like, wow, like I feel like I'm getting my spark back. I feel like I'm like attracted to other people. Maybe I haven't been in a while. And also like maybe there's still some things that you're shedding. There's still some unworthiness here. So we also have Treasure Island. I love that turtle. Turtle's been showing up for me everywhere. And then we have Acceptance from the Mermaid Empowerment Oracle deck. I accept what is and create from there. And ooh, I'm gonna put this here. We have Bridget. Don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. So we have the Queen of Wands and then Bridget right on top of that with like fire. There's a lot of fiery energy. I'm also hearing for you, Pile 2, that it's like, is it safe to be this seen? Is it safe to be this attractive? Is it safe to be this lit up? And I feel like you're shedding these old beliefs. Like it's almost like you're going through the rabbit hole of like, whoo, like I'm no longer gonna dim my light and stay in this place of unworthiness. Like this is the year of the fire horse. That horse is saying you always have a choice. Like your choice is to let go and like rebirth yourself in worthiness. But Treasure Island and Acceptance, I think that's important because the Mermaid Empowerment for Acceptance is I accept what is and create from there. You're never going to be able to move forward unless you accept where you're at. It doesn't mean you have to like it, but if you're sitting there trying to resist against what's actually happening right now, and you're putting your energy into resisting what's happening instead of just accepting, all right, this is my starting point. Maybe I don't like it. Maybe like I take a step forward and then I'm like, oh my God, I have a vulnerability hangover, and I take a step back. But Bridget is here and is saying like, don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. So it could also be that there's like some fiery messages that are going to start coming forward. Like, not like in this like Kali, like wrath kind of stuff, but like you're going to be surprised at the things that you start sharing and speaking. And I feel like for you, Pile 2, your question to yourself is going to be like, is it okay? Is it okay for me to post this? Is it okay for me to wear this? Is it okay for me to like engage in this practice? Or you know what I mean? And like, I feel like we're all like letting go of these like chains that have come from like our innocence of like our sovereign sensuality. So we have the King of Cups, we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Empress, and I want to pull one more, the Tower. Interesting. And the Tower is right above this like rebirth. I feel like it's like you can't pretend anymore that like things that you used to be okay with are okay. Like the bare minimum is like not okay anymore. Like this Empress, it's like whether you want to or not, look at it, it's like the birth of this woman. She's being birthed, like you are being birthed into your most radiant, divine, feminine, sovereign self. And like even you're showing up in like a counterpart being like a king. It doesn't necessarily have to be masculine, like in gender, but like the King of Cups is an archetype where they're living with an open heart, but it's like in a balanced way. And this Ace of Swords thing is saying that like maybe you've gone through these Tower moments and like you're like, I don't even know if I want a counterpart. I don't even know if I want to let my heart lead. But this Ace of Swords is saying like you're having some sort of a breakthrough, but it's like you have to let go. You have to let go of how it's going to look, and you have to trust that whatever's falling apart was meant to. I don't think we pulled an animal card for you. We have Lynx, discernment, look beyond immediate appearances. So I think this is definitely connected to maybe people in your life that are the people in your life mirroring back you in your Empress energy, or are they mirroring back like an old frequency, like an old archetype? where maybe you did feel unworthy, or, you know, you put somebody else as the lead in your story instead of being the main character. We have this card, I want to make you happy. I miss your smile. I'm holding on to the memories of us. Interesting. So we are on the precipice of Mercury retrograde in just a few weeks. So maybe we're having memories of like previous relationships and feeling nostalgic about it. Especially like I miss your smile. I'm holding on to the memories of us. But we could even be looking at this as like your higher self telling you this. Like, I miss your smile. Like, I miss like when you were shining in this space that you are. Like, where do you not feel free? Where have you not laughed? Where have you not opened your heart? That's where the work is starting. So we have from the rose card, the bloom. Creations realized, right home, harvest, celebrate. There's so much beautiful energy coming in for you, pile 2. Like, you're blooming, but it's kind of like I'm seeing a flower that's like trying to grow and like hanging on to like the weeds around it, and like the weeds are like trying to entangle the flower, like so that it can't rise up. You're like holding on to the things that are holding you back. I'm gonna say that again. You're holding on to the things that are holding you back. So let's get more insight from the wisdom of the Oracle deck. Where is pile 2 holding on to the things that are holding them back? Maybe that's the Tower moment of like the epiphany of like where that discernment is coming in. Here and now. So I think that you are misplacing your power right now when you're thinking about the past, like memories or what you miss. And also maybe when you're focusing too much on the future and getting anxious about it. Message in a bottle. I feel like there's going to be some sort of like communication that comes in. And I'm thinking of that links card of like, trust your discernment with the information and the communication, because we have this idea of how we want things to be, but like, you know, like firsthand, you know how you feel about a person or a thing or a circumstance. And then you might try to talk yourself out of it after, but I think those Tower moments are like, you've got to stay in this Empress energy. Like, you've got to put you first. And maybe that feels like a selfish thing to do, but it's not. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And you see how like this woman here is like, it looks almost like she's like begging this man to like look at her, and he's like looking away. So I feel like those are like those Tower moments where, you know, where you feel like you're putting in the work, or you're feeling like there's just, where's the honesty? Like, you need to get really clear and honest about like if you're nostalgizing or you're kind of in this like fantasy idea of something and you're missing some really important key points. We also have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. I think you're like really stepping into your greatness in a bigger way than you have like ever before, pile 2. Like, and that can feel really exciting, but can also feel really scary. I heard this saying one time that said like, if the devil can't like tempt you, he'll send you a man. And like, I think that like whatever our vice is, like that's sort of like what it is. Like, where are you kind of trading like maybe the hard work or the sacrifice of, you know, really focusing on you, really doing the healing for whatever that short-term gratification is, because that's the red flag. It's like saying like, where am I holding on to this place of like, looking for somebody else to fill my cup, some other thing to fill my cup. Let's pull some more cards from the Mermaid Empowerment Oracle. We have open heart and we have self-care. So the Mermaid Empowerment for open heart is I'm in harmony with my heart. And the Mermaid Empowerment for self-care is my self-care is the secret to everything. So I think that there's a lot of like quiet time and solitude that's needed for you, pile 2. Like, I think that you're starting to shine really bright, and it's attracting all sorts of attention. And at first, like, attention can be scary sometimes, or attention can feel really good, and we get addicted to the attention, and then we get addicted to the source of the attention, whether it be a person or like a dopamine hit of like likes or somebody praising your work, or you know what I mean? Like, there's all sorts of ways that we kind of get stuck in these loops of this external approval. And so getting back into like this space of like quiet time, like not judging yourself, just being in harmony with your heart. Like, what does your heart want? What does your heart want right now? How are you going to know what your heart wants if you're constantly being busy, or because you don't feel worthy, like you're not letting yourself rest, you're burning yourself out, you're holding on to these old limiting beliefs that like it's not okay to be this beautiful, this bright, this charming, this smart, this exceptional. Like, maybe there's some childhood trauma that's healing. I remember one time in elementary school, I was like in a music class or like choir or something, and there was a little girl next to me, and she told me I was singing too loud. And like, it's so interesting how I remember this, like 30 some odd years later. I remember this little girl. I don't even remember who the little girl was, but I remember her saying I was singing too loud. And immediately I felt shame. I felt shame, and I lowered my voice. And I feel like for many of us, we may not even remember those moments when somebody consciously or unconsciously made us feel like we were too much. And oftentimes what happens is, if we're carrying this feeling of like we're too much, we find somebody else in our life that's bright, and we start pouring our energy into that person and feel like, wow, like if I take care of this person, if I validate this person, if they validate me, then like I'm safe. And that's what creates these like weird relationship dynamics that aren't healthy. And it doesn't even have to be romantic. Like, it could be any kind of a relationship where you're kind of like putting somebody else ahead of you in something and being seen. What else can we say about this as we start to sort of wrap this up here? We have happily ever after, and let's pull one more card, and a new dawn. So we have the worst is now behind you, and positive new experiences are on the horizon. So what a beautiful way to end this reading. I mean, I feel like this is just like residual old stuff that you're moving through, and like it's just kind of like preening the, or like pruning, whatever you call it, like the bushes, you know what I mean? Like, you've done so much work. But focus on your self-care right now. Lots of good things are happening, but it's just like you've got to focus on the discernment, and you've got to get quiet enough to see what your heart says. So thank you so much for being open and available to receive these messages. And if you want to dive deeper, visit the link in description or meganmermaid.com to book your personal reading. Love you so much, Pile 2. Have a great day. Okay, Pile 2, if you have picked the blue apatite crystal and the red card, this is your pile. We have first, thinker. We have follow your dreams. We have buffalo, abundance. You are provided for in all ways. We have the courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. We have the breathing rose, heart healing, emotions, connection, time eases. We have the rose without thorns. You have a right to your joy, peace, and sweetness of life. We have crown yourself from the Mermaid Empowerment Oracle. We have, I want to apologize. I need your forgiveness. Oh my goodness. And look, forgiving and learning. That's so wild. I love when two decks have the same message. Okay. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. All right, I think that you, pile 3, more than any of the other piles today, are like at this completion point. You are at this completion point where you have gone through a lot. Maybe it's been over the past week, the past month, the past year, maybe the past decade. And you're like finally at this space where you can breathe and you're really honoring like, wow, I have come a long way and I am not the same person that I was. And I am also not giving into those same things. Like there's a lot of opening for you right now, pile 3, but now that you're like in the safe space, it's like, how can you tweak things to feel even better? Okay, so you're out of survival mode, yes, but now what do you want? What do you desire? So thinker, I feel like this is a time to just really contemplate. This is right next to follow your dreams too. So both people have their eyes closed. It's kind of like you've got to go within. So follow your dreams could be like your actual dreams and your goals and your aspirations. It could be that you're getting messages in the dream time. And as I've shared before, you can set an intention before you go to bed. You can start at the end of your day and then go like a movie where you kind of like imagine your whole day passing before you up to the minute that you woke up. And that kind of clears your brain to bring in more awareness in the dream time. But it's kind of like, for so long you've just been surviving. So now, like, what's your dream? What do you want? What do you want to bring in? It's right under the breathing rose, like heart healing, time eases. And this is really powerful. I feel like there's still a lot of heart healing. We always think like, am I ever gonna stop healing from my trauma or this or that? And like, I don't know. I don't know. I've been doing this for years and like, there's still like always another layer. I get it. But I love this card, Rose Without Thorns. Like you have a right to your joy, peace, and the sweetness of life. So I feel like now that like you've gone through like this really deep moment and you're like coming out of it and you're starting to see the sun again, you're starting to see the silver lining, you're starting to see that like good things are still ahead, and maybe you're even able to like experience and appreciate them more, even in your daily ordinary moments. Like you're able to get more into your body and feel that sweetness of life. And Rose Without Thorns, it's such an interesting vision, because like the rose without thorns is just pure beauty. It's not like beauty with boundaries. I mean, of course we always need to have boundaries, but in this particular circumstance, it's like you don't have to put your defenses up. Like you don't have to protect yourself in order to experience beauty. It's kind of like, I'm getting that like it's time to just like relax into the peace of this moment, and your nervous system needs to know that. Like your nervous system needs to know that like it doesn't have to be on the defenses. So maybe it's just even taking a moment to like breathe in and like trust like it's safe now. Like the worst is behind me. And then we have Buffalo Abundance. You're provided for in all ways. Love that for you. So if there's been any fears or worries about like not having enough, like enough time, enough money, enough whatever it is, like you're provided for. But Buffalo is saying like you got to stay grounded, like grounded in this reality. And the Courageous Peony is interesting too. It's like multifaceted, like let yourself be seen. That's been the message for everybody today is it's time to be seen. It's time to be courageous. And as I said in pile 1, like with this Leo energy that's coming in this year with Jupiter in Leo and the South Node in Leo, we're going to be really experiencing this like need to be seen in whatever way, shape, or form our leadership is taking us. And when we are not allowing ourselves to be seen, that's when our abundance is going to take a hit. That's a tough pill to swallow, right? Especially when we're in these like moments of like fear and lack consciousness. Like, what does that bring up for you? when you're in a space of lack, it probably doesn't make you feel like you want to be seen, right? Or like make a video or a newsletter or a podcast or whatever it is that you're doing to be seen. Maybe even just having a conversation with somebody. But that's the moment where if it feels like your abundance is suffering, it's like, where do I need to put myself out there right now? Crown yourself. I crown myself as the star of my reality. This is the final mermaid empowerment. When nobody else gets to crown you, you crown yourself. You are the main star. If you've heard that term, it's really popular right now, like main character energy. It's about like, this is your movie. This is your life. So if this is your life, if this is your story, where have you made these other people in your life that should be co-stars the starring role? Like, where are you giving them more power? Or where are you waiting for somebody to say that you're ready or you're the expert? Like, you decide. You're the only you that will ever be here. And then we have, I want to apologize. I need your forgiveness and forgiving and learning. So I feel like now that you're in a space where things are starting to kind of like ease up in a lot of ways, now the forgiveness work comes. And I get it, like, it's not easy. Like, forgiving doesn't mean forgetting, but you've got to remember that, like, if you're holding on to that old poison, it's killing your vibe, babe. It's killing your vibe. And the Course in Miracles, it says, like, we can either have a miracle or a grievance. So even if you don't know where to start, just say, I'm willing to forgive. I'm willing to forgive the people that have wronged me because they've brought in more abundance. They've brought in the courage. The healing has created the alchemy where I brought in beauty. Now I can shine without thorns. So I don't need to hold on to this anymore. We have pay attention, notice repetitious signs, and your inner guidance, as this can yield valuable information. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups. We have clean it up. And we have vast independence. So, all right, pay attention. Notice repetitious signs. This is saying like synchronicities are coming. They're coming. Notice the songs that come on. Notice the messages that you hear when you turn on the TV. Notice if somebody's name is in a show that you're watching. That happened to me last night. Like, somebody's that I've been talking to, like, his name showed up. Oh my goodness, I just found the rose quartz that rolled away from pile 2. How funny. This one rolled all over the place and it just blended in with the carpet. Okay. And that's a sign too, right? Like, I was just talking about that guy and then I saw the rose quartz. Like, that's a sign. Pay attention. Rose quartz means love. It doesn't necessarily mean like he's going to be the love of my life, but it could be like, this is a situation involving like heart healing. So we also have like Three of Pentacles. So this is saying like, this is an energy of like co-creation with independence. And I think that's like the axis of Leo and Aquarius, where it's like, where do you need to be independent and where do you need to like be interdependent? Interesting how Clean It Up is coming up with forgiveness. Like, it's almost like you've got to forgive the old players, forgive the people that broke your heart with the Queen of Cups. And it's like your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. But Queen of Cups, she leads with her heart. So I don't necessarily think that this independence card is saying that like relationships are not on the table for you, or that, you know, you should be questioning your current partner if you're in relationship and questioning if they're right in your life right now. Or it doesn't mean that if you're single that you should, you know, stay single, because the Queen of Cups is saying like, it's about partnership and co-creation, but how can you remain yourself? How can you crown yourself and keep your wholeness and your sovereignty while being in relationship? So we got the Two of Swords. We've got the Seven of Cups. We got the Ten of Swords. The Three of Swords. And the Fool. Yeah. Interesting. The Ten of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. So it's like the Two of Swords over here is saying like, I don't know if I want to invite people into my life. I don't want to co-create. I don't want to have new friends because there have been other friends that hurt me, that betrayed me, I don't know if I should choose a new relationship or a new path, so I'm not doing anything because it could lead to this. But like the Ten of Swords is right next to this clean it up. The Ten of Swords is like, it happened, it hurt. But now it's time to jump into a new story because it's leading to the Ten of Pentacles. So let's pull some cards from the Mermaid deck. Mermaid Empowerment Oracle. We have support. I'm surrounded by love and support. Relax. I relax my mind and enjoy this moment. Non-reaction. I'm a master of non-reaction and generosity. I think it's like the generosity card and look, the Fool, which is so much, or I mean perfect trust, which is just like the Fool, is showing up at the bottom of the deck. So perfect trust is, I trust and know the universe has got me. So it's interesting that the support card is coming through. So maybe it's like you've been independent, like hyper independent, where you're not letting people in because they've hurt you. But now you've got to relax your mind and enjoy this moment and like trust that like you've built enough of a space of like non-reaction where like I had a friend the other day that said like, maybe I don't need to be a recluse just to like not engage in like behaviors that are not good for me. Like maybe I can just learn how to like act appropriately around people. And I think that she was speaking for the collective because it's like we've done enough of like this energy of like non-reaction, but non-reaction doesn't mean that we don't allow anybody in. It's like sometimes we got to relax our defenses a little bit. Rose without thorns. Like it's saying pile 3, like, yes, you've been hurt and you've been burned, but like relax a little bit. Like be generous with your forgiveness, generous with your trust, generous in your ability to know the universe has got you. And like Ten of Pentacles is like saying like leaving a legacy, feeling grounded, like happy family, stability, all those sorts of things. Interesting. We have faith and soulmate relationship. Your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive and follow your guidance. And soulmate relationship. New romance with a spiritual basis is here for you now. So whether you're in relationship or you're calling in partnership, there's like this renewed energy of keeping your heart open. Like the Queen of Cups came out for you. That's your energy. Like you've got to follow your heart and have faith that just because it didn't hurt, just because it hurt in the past doesn't mean it has to keep hurting. Like this happy ending is possible, but you got to be generous again. Like let go of the past. Let go of all those things that aren't working for you anymore. All right, let's see. How do we do this? No place like home. Higher power. To the sea. Yeah, I think it's just about getting grounded and like finding like your home. Like when I hear home, it's like your nervous system. Like you got to do what it takes to feel calm in your nervous system, and maybe do some journaling, calling on that higher power, calling on divinity, and just say like, I'm willing to have faith. I'm willing to forgive. I'm willing to let love in. I'm willing to allow abundance. I'm willing to be seen. And how in the world do I do that? How in the world do I do that? Show me, Spirit. I'm listening. So your last message today is interesting. They will never compare to you. And I know that we have a soul connection. So that's interesting. I feel like, again, it's like this soul connection. Like, don't compare the old relationships, the old dynamics to whatever these partnerships are that you're calling in now, because you are more embodied. So you can't compare the old because you're a new you. Anyway, I hope that resonates with you. I love you so much. If you want to dive deeper in a personal reading, you can find that link in the description below or visit meganmermaid.com. I hope you have a wonderful day, and wherever you are in the world, much love.